Hi everybody, this is the tutorial for Shawn Mendes' cover of Hallelujah. My name's Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So the easiest way to play this is going to be taking chord shapes and breaking them up note for note. Now through this I'll be using a plectrum, however you can use your fingers as well. Go with whatever you think sounds best. However, the start of the song has a small introduction between two chord shapes, a C major chord shape and an A minor chord shape. What I'm going to do is go over how to phrase these chords and then talk about how to pluck them afterwards. So a C major shape has a 3 on the A string, a 2 on the D string, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E. And the start of the song goes like this: A string, D string, G string, B string, back to the G, and then a number 2 on the A string. It's what we call a passing note that's going to get us to the next chord. Slowly, that first part is... And we're counting in groups of 6 for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then, keep your pointy finger where it is, because we're going to take the other fingers and turn it into an A minor chord, which is an open A string, 2, 2 on the D and G, there's the 1 on the B, and then an open E string. And what happens is we play the same notes, A, D, G, B, G, and then we play 2 on the A string, and that's going to lead us back to the C chord. So those first two shapes, what we have at the start of the song, goes like this slowly. And then at that point, we play it all again, which finishes the introduction. So here's how that sounds. And at that point, that's when Shawn starts singing. And what we have is the C major chord again. Exactly the same. Down to the A minor. Back to the C. And the A minor. So basically what you did for the introduction is the first part of the verse. However, things do change. And what we do is we get an F major bar chord. However, you don't need to get the full bar chord sound. What we do need is the 1 on the E string, 3, 3 on the A and D, and 2 on the G string. Doesn't matter about these bottom 2 for now, as long as you can get those first 4 strings, because what happens is we play the E, A, D, G, D, A strings. We then get the first part of a G major chord, which is going to be the 3 on the E string, 2 on the A. Technically we do have a 3 in the bottom, but we don't need it for this verse, so you can get rid of it if you need to. And what we do is play E, A, D, G, D, A. So I'll just put those 2 chords together so you can hear how it sounds, because it's really important that you get used to the sound of this. And then it goes to the C shape that we've already used before. And then it goes to a G chord, but what we need is to use those 2 fingers. The reason is after you've played 3, 2, and then 0 on the D, this finger on the B string goes 1, 0, and then we've got the 0 on the D. So basically, if you know your music theory, it takes us from a G sus4 to a regular G major. However, if you're not bothered about learning the chord names, ignore that, not important. What I am going to do is play the full verse, so the start where Shawn sings up to that part there, just so you can see how all this fits together. I'll play it slowly, and I'll talk you through the chord shapes whilst I'm playing. So C, A minor, C, A minor, F, G, C, G. Now, just before I show you the next part, if you're interested in getting the tab that you can see on the screen, as well as the chords and the lyrics matched up, let's say you maybe want to strum those chords along with what Shawn's doing, and you want to know how every chord matches up with every lyric, then head on over to Patreon. There is a link in the description for that, and for the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song by Shawn, but you get access to a bunch of other songs off his brand new album that's just released, as well as well over 400 other songs of the latest releases. So feel free to check that out. However, the next part of the verse, we go to the C chord, we then go to the F chord, and we play just the first 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, and then the first 3 notes of a G chord, 1, 2, 3. So some pretty fast movements there. We then have the A minor chord, and then the F chord. Yeah, that's the part where they're singing about the 4th, the 5th, the minor chord, and the major lift. That part, you can tell I'm not a singer, so I won't sing anymore, I promise. But yeah, just to play that part, we have... There's one more part before it gets to the chorus, which becomes infinitely easier. Just before that part, we have a G chord. And then we have a new shape, what we call an E dominant 7 shape. And what we're going to do is get this shape here, which is an open E, 2, 2 on the A and D, 1 on the G, but get 3 on the B string. And the voicing that he uses goes from the E to the D, the G string, then the B string, back to the G, and then the D. Yeah, a lot of tension in that chord. That's what dominant 7 chords really do. And then it goes back to A minor. And then we play an A and just let that ring out. So up to now, you've got a big part of the verse. Now, the great news is that's going to come back later on. However, we then have the chorus, where he starts singing the Hallelujah part. And what happens is, there's no real guitar part. It's more, I think, strings going on. However, the chords that fit for that are F major. Now, that's where it would be good to use the full bar chord. If you know this version of F, then go for that one. But the full bar of F is what I'm going to play. And what we do is we hold that for 12 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do the same with the A minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then do the same with F major again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before we have a C for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there is a G major chord. So I'm just going to play through that chorus, and I'm just going to count along so you can see how all that fits together. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at this point is where the repetition comes. We have an interlude, which is exactly the same as the introduction. And at that point, it goes straight in with the second verse. That's where Shawn starts singing again. And we have the exact same picking as we did in the first verse. So I'm going to skip over that part. And what I'm going to do now is talk about the next chorus where things do change. So yes, this chorus does change. So yeah, it might be worth checking out the link over on Patreon for the tablature and the chords, so you've got everything wrote out. And it saves you from trying to remember everything. However, that chorus takes the chords that we did in the first chorus, where we sustained the chords, and we start picking them. So we have the F chord. And all I'm doing is taking the lowest note of the chord, working my way down the strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and doing that twice, and doing the same with the A minor. See, I'm just working my way down a string at a time, and then working my way back. And we'll play the F twice, to the A minor, twice, then the F twice, the C once, G once, before it goes to another interlude. And that interlude is just the same as the introduction and the first interlude, where you go from C to A minor, C to A minor. So again, we're going to skip over that part. And looking over to my note, there is a third verse, which again is exactly the same as what we've seen before. So I'll be skipping over that part now. What we do have though is a chorus and then an outro where things do change a little bit. Now this chorus does have the sustain chords, but what we can do is, instead of holding the F chord for 12, we'll play it for 6 and then another 6, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We then get to the full outro of the song, where things do change a bit. It's actually one of my favourite parts of the song. Not because it's ending, but because I just think, yeah, he does a really good job of playing through this part and singing along. And the outro takes the F chord, we play that twice. Going to the A minor. We then play that 4 times in a row. So F twice to A minor, 4 times in a row. But on that 4th time, after the F chord, we go to the C major chord, the G major chord with that finger, and instead of resolving the chord to a C chord to end it, he just lets his voice do the resolution, which I think is my favourite part when he does that. Yeah, it's a little bit different, that part, so yeah, very interesting. But yeah, you'll just play, and then you would just stop playing, then the singer resolves it. And there we go, that's everything you need to get through this lovely cover of Hallelujah. So, if you are interested in getting the tablature wrote out, as well as the chords and the lyrics matched up, then head on over to Patreon. Like I said, for the price of a coffee, you get everything wrote out professionally. I'd also like to say thanks to the people on the screen, who are my active patrons. The moment that this video goes live, they'll get access to that content straight away. So, thanks to them for their support, thanks to you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.